Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a quick video to explain to you how to use energy line when you do any like illustration or any like production painting. I'm doing this video because a few days, I guess we can say even a few weeks ago, I posted a drawing on Instagram saying that I was trying to work out the best way to use energy line to support the storytelling in the drawing. And one of you guys asked me like, hey, so what is it about like energy line? And I was like, yeah, that's a good question. So I guess if you don't know, I'm going to show you. So keep in mind, this is a personal process. This is how I work when I do my drawings. It's not an obligation to do that. This is just the way I work. It works for me. Now feel free to try, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, well, that's okay. I hope you found something else. The internet is full of videos and tutorials to help you out anyway, so should be alright. So the energy line is the way you use in a painting to actually support the storytelling, but essentially to guide the eye of your audience through the painting to like tell them a little bit more of the character and what's going on. So sometimes you might have some painting which like you have a big action scene, you have character all over the place. So even if your painting might be cool, the rendering might be cool, the design of the character might be cool, your audience is gonna look at it and be like, I have no idea what to look at, there is so many things going on. So basically you can help to like show there is a lot of things going on in my world, in my drawings, but also you can help your audience to say, hey, you see, there is a lot of cool stuff going on, but I want you to focus on this character. So I'm going to use the drawing I posted on Instagram the other day as a base to explain to you that. Now I couldn't find like a high resolution one, so I hope when I'm going to zoom in and out, it's not going to be, it's not gonna look horrible for you guys. So, up. So here, for example, in that first drawing I did, I mean not the first one because I did like all these guy here first, but let's say, so on this drawing, I applied the basic look, rule of composition here. I made sure that my character was settled in one of like the top. If you know, I think you're aware about that rules. Basically, you divide by third your piece, and you know where to find like the what they call the golden number, huh? Or gold number. Okay, break here. I am not a native English speaker, and I am not used to do video to explain people how to draw. So I apologize if sometimes I'm kind of like blah, 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 and you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm trying my best, so please bear with me. This is hard for the two of us, okay? So back to the video. Yeah, so basically when you look at those dot, this is where you should have your focal point, or what we also call, because we love money, your selling point. And so as you can see, my character is actually standing on like one of those selling points. So far, good. This is one of the basic ones. You can see how I also use value, so the use of light and shadow to frame my focal points. So here, I wanted to sell the character as being someone that stands out, but not in a bad way. It's really like a kid that is not like the other kid, but it does inspire the other. So I create some like a bit of like physical space around him. If you compare like all the other kids, like the distance between them is pretty cramped. I might zoom in a little bit maybe for you guys, that would be easier. And obviously you can see there is a like a big separation, drastic separation about here, all like the character that are not important being in the shades, while the main character is in the light. Let me use up. See, like all the light is actually framing, but it's not framing any other character. So I couldn't find the drawing with no value. So here, by using line and shadow, you already have a hint about where to look at. But imagine this drawing with no gray, with no black, with no white. It will look like just a very crowded drawing with a lot of kids, you know? So what you do is actually using the elements of the drawings, even if here it's a very raw sketch, to help you to guide your eye through the painting. So, for example, here, you see like the way I put the table and the chair. And if you check where are the characters looking at, they are all looking at that guy. So if you have a painting with characters, just pay attention that your audience, the first thing they're going to look at is going to be the face of the character. So whenever your character is going to be facing a direction, like your audience will understand, oh, if that character is looking there, I have to look there too. So you help, like, you use where the character are looking at and where they turn their body. So you understand, like, oh, this is the center of attention. If your character is kind of like facing the opposite, and even if he's trying to look that here, it's going to be very difficult. It's not clear. You really want when people look at your drawing, it's like first glance they understand, like, ooh, I have to look here. Very basic. It's very basic. So even like the chair here. Oh, let me use red. Even the chair here is really like using it to like make sure that you have all those lines telling you have to pay attention to what's going on here with this character. So even those characters are like checking that guy. So here I was still a student when I did that piece, so obviously the energy line are not that strong. I apologize for that. I maybe do like a better piece next time. I think this one actually kind of worked better because here the energy line are slightly more complex. Actually they are not really. I like to pretend they are complex, but no. So I wanted that kid to stand out, and I want people to feel like that kid is unique and he brings some magic into this world. So how do you do that? Instead of having like just like the basic energy line that go like, oh, here, look at here, I like to do a lot of noises. Deal with it. I wanted to have like, I want something festive. When I think about festivity, I think about fireworks. So I want this energy line to kind of collide together and explode. Yes, Michael B. style. So here, for example, I don't want like a straight line. So what I create is like, remember when I was saying use the face of the character? We have this character here is completely facing the camera. So even if you might like your audience may look here and realize, oh, there is nothing really interesting to look here. They might do eye contact with that guy, and actually because he stand out more, who stand out the second more would be like this girl here, because she's close to the camera, and then that kid obviously stand out because, well, he's like framed in the light. So you create this kind of nice energy line. You see, even the head of that kid is helping out this. So why do you want that curve? Let me show you. Yeah, bam! This is where you want your explosion, you know? Same here. You go down and up, bam! So it's like fireworks, yay! So this is a way you can do like energy line. And as I say, when I did that piece, I was still a student. I hope today I can do something better. Because I remember even trying to use the object you have at the back. So I could have, for example, here, I could just have used a very like boring shelf, like straight, you know, like the classic shelf you see everywhere. But I decided to have it like this angle here because what I wanted was to create this energy again coming here. you see the silhouette of the character up, something like this. Even like the face is looking down, but the phone is oriented toward the face. So I really like to have this kind of flow going on. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, I should have used this earlier. It's a way to use the right flow to create the right mood for your piece. So this is like the painting I did based on, whoops, sorry, this guy. So you can see like I added some elements to it. Let me move this up. So we still have like the main idea of like the curve coming in here, up, up, up. And actually here, I wanted to have it a bit more closed. So same with like the element here. You see you have this bag, you have like this strong warm color that is contrasting with the blue behind. And actually it also creates this nice curve. So up here I add like, it's very subtle. It's not very well done actually. I'm just trashing my own work. You guys must be like, why am I watching this, bro? Like, does she know what she's doing? So, alright, so yeah, like a wire with like some painting. Oh, we have this one here. I wanted to have some element, the origami character also popping out, so it always come back toward his direction. Now, not everybody follows 100%, not everything in the shot follow the energy line, but it's a nice way to help you. Like, for example, if I wanted to add some pen, or maybe not a pen here, what could I add? So for example here, I think here the line is too straight, and the problem is because it's too straight, it actually like, it doesn't flow well with the energy line. So what I could have done to improve this piece would be actually to add something to break that line and that kind of support here. So I have had, for example, sorry, I have a hard time with my age. I am French. I'm doing my best once again. So here we go. I could have had something here, like a piece of paper to break that. So just to break this green line, right? The problem is now, as you can see, is that it breaks down, but like the energy line kind of dies there. So I might need to add another element around here to bring up the line. So we can have like, for example, it could be like the handle of a bag, or like one of my favorite one, because it's a very easy, cheap fix, is to add some clothing. Like, you know, sometimes you just hang some vest or something like this to a chair. Now it's better. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's better. Actually, I noticed like I really don't like this. This is actually cutting a lot of the energy. Let me see if there is a way we could fix that. So now I feel very sorry for you folks, because well, you might come here expecting me to give you like a tutorial like, oh, this is how you do this. Not so easy, you know, my finger doesn't clack. Anyway, and now that I'm going through this drawing with you, with like the knowledge I gained for the last 2 years, and I'm like, wait a minute, this painting is terrible. So I'm fixing my drawing with you guys. I hope you don't mind. I think that's better. But I think the issue I had here, the reason why I had the curtain like so far, it was because I didn't want to have the silhouette of this kid popping out, because once his head becomes like a very clear head silhouette, then the audience is gonna look at it. Well, like if it's like, because the value and the color of the hair and the head right now are very similar to the curtain, it's very hard for this to pop out like very easily. But I guess I can just do something like this, bring it back here, just, and add maybe up a garland or some pattern on the curtain that will help us to still create a little bit of like energy line. Still feels a bit too heavy though. I think actually if I wanted to really fix this properly, I would kind of move that kids away. But it's not the point today. So that's pretty much it, like for this piece, for like the energy line. I hope the explanation were clear enough for you guys. So that's it for today's video. I hope you had a better understanding now about energy line. It's actually a very simple concept about how to have the energy and the design flow, so you can help your audience to understand like where to look at and something like really like just guide your audience eyes. I think in the future I'm gonna redo this video with like a proper training, because today I just kind of launched the camera and did it, and I just kind of feel like I have no idea what's going on. So yes, I'm gonna do something more proper, and I will try to use maybe a new piece, and do it more properly, because the energy line can also be used in order to tell like much more stories in your drawing. It's not just there to tell you, look here. It really can help you to like understand a whole story for a room or for a scene. So hopefully in the future I'm going to do that. Today, sorry, kind of ended up in me fixing my work. So oh, what a loser, seriously. Anyway, so yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope it was not too messy, and I hope maybe you heard a thing or two from that. And if you didn't, well, I hope at least you had fun staring at me being like, I'm making a video, I don't know how it works, because for me it was very funny to do that anyway. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was not too bad.